pale mtaani mazee unapata wase wengi wanataka sana kwenda kusomea majuu, wanataka kwenda ku advance studies because uki advance kuna more opportunities zinatokea, uko exposed pia to the global job market na vitu kama hizo. But blanda utokea kwa hiyo process ya kwenda majuu kusoma. Unapata pale mtaani mlifanya harambee, madhako budako wakaita marela watu kidogo, wakakuja wakakusanya funds, wakakuchangia uende majuu. Ama pia ng'ombe ziliuzwa, ama kashamba, ama kitu chochote, ama savings za wazazi ndio ukasome. Ukiwa katika hiyo process unakuja unaingizwa pale kwa kupata visa na school admission. Juu Kanairo ni Kanairo, unapata pesa yenyu yote imekunywa maji. Kama mlifanya harambee, wazazi wako wanakuambia usiwahi kuja Ocha. Pata mzee amekaa Nairobi 3-4 years hajai kanyaga, ndio watu wafikiria alienda majuu. Kumbe wazazi wanapigwa na depression. Wewe mwenyewe pia mazee unajua mliingizwa. So I decided kama msee wa mtaani nitembee tu tao Kanairo, niingie kwa agency moja, nijue hii process ya kwenda kustudy abroad inafanyangwaje na unaweza ifanyaje seamlessly ndio iwork na ukasoma ile course unataka. Na pia ukienda huko juu usiende kuteseka. Watu wengine pia uingizwa, ukilanda majuu mzee hakuna mtu wa kukureceive, unaenda juu unateseka mbaya mpaka unachukia hiyo experience ya kutaka kwenda kustudy majuu. So nimeingia agency fulani hapa hivi nimeingia agency fulani hapa WST inajiita Global Education Skills and Services Limited. Ni wapime nijue kama watu ni wa legit ama mambo iko namna gani. So follow me, wacha tuingie kwa ofisi zao. Area ndio hii, Global Education Skills and Services Limited. Tuko hapa tujue ukitaka kwenda Australia kusoma, Canada kusoma, UK kusoma, unafaa kuwa rada na story gani? Ndio usiingizwe, ndio usipimwe. Unanirada? Wacha tuingie tuone wamejipangaje. Ni wase wa true ama ni kipindi. So wase niko hapa hivi na sasa niko na mtaalamu wa hizi stories za kwenda kustudy abroad. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Yes. Unajua sasa tumekuja hapa kwa sababu a lot of the people that we talk to.
Yes.
A lot of the people that we engage with.
Yes.
A lot hata mafans wetu pale kwa mtandao. Unapata watu wengi sana wanataka kwenda majuu kusoma.
Yeah.
They want to go and study. Most of them have been conned.
Okay.
Their parents have endured a lot of losses. Imeleta chaos in families. Imeleta vitu zinaitwa depression. Shida tupu. You understand? And those stories have killed dreams.
True.
So the reason why we are here today is so that you can take us. You tell us what really happens, what to do, what not to do.
Okay.
And what is the process.
Okay.
So usukani sasa iko kwako, tueleze. And first introduce yourself and tell us about Global Education Skills Services.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jaymo. To begin with, it's an honor for us to have you here with us. Global Education Skills and Services Limited. My name is Hilary Mwangi.
Yeah.
I'm part of a global education team. And it's a pleasure for us to have you here this afternoon.
Yes.
I would like to say it's very unfortunate that most agents, especially in Kenya, are very feared because of so many cases that have happened before, And indeed, we also know that this become a problem to many parents and also the students. Some who have undergone through depression as a result of expectations that did not come true.
Yes.
So that normally happen. And I know especially by the time global education was born, and this is early 2014, we came in because we saw the gap that was there between the services that were being offered by other agents. Not to mean that other agents that are operating in the education field are not genuine, but we also have some elements that have also been having cases of parents or even students being conned. And one area in particular that we have a problem with is agents that are being that are dishonest, and they either will give false information, or they will also only be there because of the issue of money. So monetary value is what they are looking for, not caring about the benefits of those who are seeking for such services. I normally say on many occasions that this can also be related with normal scenarios in life. I'm sorry for coming up with this, because when you look at the issues of forgive me those who are watching and those who are listening to this, but you normally come to a point whereby when you look, like for example in the matatu fraternity or the commuter services, between a driver and a tout, you hear the makanga say chukua hiyo pesa. They don't see us as human beings. They normally look at us as in terms of monetary gain.
Yes.
And I think that is also the same case that is happening in the area of these agencies, and it's very unfortunate. So what global education came to do is to try to give honest information about the services that we offer.
Yes.
And we also took time to go on the ground and have a feeling of those who are seeking for such services, and also try to visit others so that we know the services that are being offered out there, and we know how we are going to showcase our services.
So, for example, the reason why I'm asking this, and I'm asking this on behalf of many students out there and many parents out there.
Yes.
Somebody has a daughter or a son.
Yeah.
Somebody and they want their son or daughter to go and study in Australia.
Yes.
To go and do a nursing course, to go and do IT,
Yeah.
engineering, medicine, business,
Yeah.
name them, all those courses.
Yes.
And they want to come here
Yes.
and get all the details. So ndio niweze ku-apply shule vizuri huko Australia.
Yes.
Na niweze kwenda na pesa yote yenye itatumika yangu iweze kutumika. Where should I start so that I avoid all these other processes where people get misled, misinformed, or even conned?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Where we normally start, the first thing we have to do what we call risk assessment. The risk assessment that we are going to take you through, we'll send you a CV template that you need to fill for us. You indicate for us when you finished your high school, that is KCSE, and the grades that you attained. Then also your biodata.
Yes.
This will help us because in Australia, especially when it comes to the date of birth, it is very important to them. It is like an identity number for Kenya.
Yeah.
So that one must be provided,
Yes.
the date, the month, and the year when you were born.
Yeah.
So the other information will only be included. You've been working either in formal employment or even family business. That is required, and it can also be included in the CV template that we give to you.
Yeah.
Then the information about your parents, about your siblings, and also about some property that you own. All this is important because it forms part of the risk assessment factor. The Australian Immigration Office, or the decision maker that you'll be judging whether you need to be granted that visa or refused visa, will work on the information that you are provided, the grades that you acquired, then the incentives for you to return home after studies, because they want to see that once you study, you are going to come back in your country. So this risk assessment for us is very important, because we don't want to obtain your money or you lose money through our global education company. So that is very important to us.
So after the risk assessment, is when now you can take me to the next step.
Now we will take you, if we determine that you are qualified, let's say about 65 to 80%, then we may ask you to provide the documents we see, so that we determine whether they are legit.
Okay.
After that, that is when now we can be able to ask you to commit yourself to our services. Before that, we will not ask you to commit yourself to any services, and we will also make sure that we give you full information, including the education providers, the course that you'll be taking, the outcome, and how long it is going to take you, how much it is also going to cost you, and also the cost of living in Australia. We are going to explain to you all these details, so that you don't make you don't commit yourself, or you decide that my child is going to study in Australia, then at a certain point you find that you don't have the resources enough to take care for the education in Australia.
Yes.
Do
you have university partners in Australia, or do I have to identify the university that I want to go to, and then now I come to you guys? Or what would you advise somebody who is interested to go and study there to do?
There are some who will come and they have already done their research, and they know the colleges or the universities that they would want to take their children. But we also have others that we represent, and we have been appointed agents by those education providers in Australia. So in a case we find that there is one that we are not able to take you, we will try to show you either the benefits, or we will try to show you others that we are working with. If you are not comfortable with that, we also try to work with the other agents who are presenting these colleges or universities.
Quick question. Nimekuja, umenifanya risk analysis, niko sawa. Umeenda the next place, niko sawa. Hata mmeona niko na incentive pia kurudi. Sasa nikitoka huku, mimi ni mtu nimetoka huko tu in the village, ama hata nimetoka wherever in Nairobi or wherever in Kenya. Nikienda huko, how do I start life? Are there people who will guide me how I start life? Because it's a new area. In any case, do you have also people on the other side who will take care of me before I get acquainted to the systems and the operations in Australia?
Thank you so much for the question. One of our strong points in our success is that as much as possible, we offer services that are beyond that visa grant. You know, when you get to Australia, this will be a foreign country, and it's a fast country compared to our country, Kenya. So getting to Australia will be a nightmare for some. So what we normally do is that we have an office, especially in Southern Australia, that is in Adelaide. And from the past students that we have taken to Australia, which are in hundreds, we normally have a very good and warm relationship with them, because when they got there in the first instance, we had already arranged for the accommodation and also airport pickup and orientation. And because of the services that we normally offer them, when they are there, we normally contact them even in other regions where we don't have an office, and they are the ones that help us. We normally contact them and we inform them that there is a student who is coming in that state. Would you be having someone that would like a partner, or would you be willing to take this new student for a couple of weeks before they get to know their whereabouts in Australia?
So students are well taken care of.
Exactly.
Because of the office in Adelaide.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. We have not had any complaint with our students, because they are well taken care of by our office in Adelaide, and also working with the past students, and they are very much help to us.
Good.
Yeah.
Parents.
Yes.
Sometimes you find parents, their students go there, but even parents cannot even attend their graduation or even if a parent would like to go and visit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's 4 years.
Yes.
Or 5 years, whatever number of years.
Yes.
Do you have a way that where parents are able to also monitor how their kids are doing when they are studying there?
That is also a very good question. But even before we talk about them being able to monitor, as much as you have your child who is studying in Australia, you qualify for visit.
Okay.
As long as you apply and you qualify, you know, depending on all the guidelines that they have given, the visa requirements,
Yes.
we are able to apply for you the visit visa, and you can be able to go there. Now, the immigration also together with the education provider, they normally try to monitor the progress of the student, and they can also be informing you as a parent how your child is performing.
Okay.
But besides that, you also have free information, because one area, the contractual agreement with the education provider, it requires that you should also state who will be your next of kin.
Okay.
And they are allowed to make any query regarding your education and your performance in Australia.
Okay.
So that is the information that a parent can be able to take care of.
Yeah.
And this is also very good because in Australia, the education framework is so well guarded in such a way that a student, when he or she gets to Australia, it is for the purpose. The student visa is well guarded.
Yes,
and
yes.
your student is really going to perform, or he is going to be deported.
You said that you guys have taken your students there in hundreds.
Yes.
If we talked to some of them who are there,
Yes.
would they have good testimonials about guests?
Yes, I believe that they would have a very positive testimony about us.
Mm-hmm.
We have we have had a very good working relationship with our clients.
Yeah.
In a way that we will not have any doubt that they will give a good story about us.
Okay.
We have operated through word of mouth.
Yes.
And you know, you have to play your cards very well.
Yes.
When you are dealing with word of mouth as opposed to advertising.
Yes.
Which will cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So our services are really client-centered.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was here on a fact-finding mission.
Yes.
And I can say I found some of the facts and the missing key points I was looking for.
Yes.
Why, as we sign off,
Yes.
why would you tell someone to come to guest if they want to go and study in Australia?
Yeah, to begin with,
Yeah.
the reason why I would ask any client to consider our services
Yeah.
is that to begin with, we rely on the word of mouth. And as I have said before, we have had hundreds that we have taken to Australia who are satisfied with our services. The moment you come to our office, we don't look at you in a way that you have money, you are looking for ways to spend your money. We normally try to put ourselves in our shoes, that we have our children who are studying here in Kenya. Yeah. And the opportunities for employment are very limited. So we are looking at ourselves. If I was in your position, how would I feel if I was not given the right services that I'm looking for? The other thing is that we are honest in the services that we offer, in that we will make a very honest assessment before we ask you to commit yourself, because we don't want at any one point our word will go out there that we did not give you the services that you are expecting. So we rely on the word of mouth, which is very intricate if we are going to mess up. The other thing is that we also have a relationship with our students and our clients that is past visa grant. We want to see that you are in Australia and you are comfortable. We also be making a follow-up to know how you are going on with your studies. Sometimes you find that the students will think that they had enough money, and you see that they are having some gap when they get there. These are times when we are also called as agents by the education providers, because we brought you there. So we don't also want to mess our relationship with education providers. So we try as much as possible to work it out with you with a very good relationship. Yeah. For that matter. The other issue is that we don't also help students to doctor or manufacture documents. And because of this, we are looking beyond that you have been granted that student visa. There are some who will get there when they are thinking of settling, because if you qualify, the Australian government will allow you to have a permanent resident there. But this is a time when they will start digging your past. They even try to contact the authorities here in Kenya to find out whether the information you provided is authentic, is genuine. So we make sure that we advise you that don't bring anything that is going to compromise your staying in Australia in the future. These are some of the selling points that I would urge everyone to consider our services.
Yes. Thank you so much, Hilary, for that information. I love what you said about the risk assessment.
Yes.
Very important.
True.
And your interaction and the relationship between you and your clients and your students.
Yes.
So I look forward. Nikisikia mtu nasikia anataka kwenda kusoma, nitamwambia kuja angalia. And of course, if you're at home and you're interested in studying in Australia, visit GUESS and you'll be able to determine whether you want to go to Australia or not to study. Thank you so much. And be ready for the next fact-finding mission. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana.
Much appreciated.
Yes, yes.
It was a pleasure.
Asante.